Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Let's continue with the Warring Triad. Is this a extreme difficulty question? I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During our expedition to banish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic, and I believe it would be put to best use in your hands. It's an elegant device of a kind used to store information, in this case the record of a furious conflict that took place on the shores of Meracidia between the icon Sephiroth and the forces of Alak. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside the Triad control, the node system will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon against which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who has broken free of his shackles. If you understand it's working correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a far stronger incarnation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth ever able to absorb an additional source of energy, say by defeating another member of a Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for a warrior of your ability, yes? You need not possess Mistress Kryle's knowledge of elegant technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node on the flagship and then follow the orb's instruction. I hope the experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. So this is the extreme version, okay. But that's not what I wanted. The Fate of Stars. I'm troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of elegant technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in an attempt to breach this last defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to its own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... yeah, we just heard the phone. The link pearl? Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow Science. Arkanishdolle? What news? And you're quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course, we shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Urianger placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Arkanishdolle requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other Science of this development. I see we are first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Arkanishdolle set forth for Azizla when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier. Arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope he is yet to find his prize. We're met, Kalai, and thanks for you for answering my summons so swiftly, Serenia. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alak's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not enough, though, it seems. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teaching of the Archmages of Garleans. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garleans have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor has the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That we would succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft and with surpassing swiftness is passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Akonishtola has read of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Uriangers to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. I know not of such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Unukalhai. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatuses? Quite sentiment reflects my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to my question, my lady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Right. I've enabled the facility's teleporter. Shall we? You dwell on the matter of a barrier? I do. There really was a warding spell of labyrinthian intricacy, the brainchild of the head of a student of Baldestian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Duty commenced. The Garleans strike for the heart of the facility, and the Legatus spearheaded their assault. We must be swift in our pursuit. The Legatus himself is here. After him! He even was a boss in this dungeon. But this area is from the dungeon. There, it's one Hydrus.
In the name of the Emperor!
Still alive. Damn it. What? Go, I will stand guard over Mr. Sky. You keep the legatus from his prize. Not here. Over there, so. Where is the exit? Well, yeah, a little bit red, a handful. No, buddy. Just forget it. You... Okay, blind me. I should have gone into Stoller's barrier. But she was at the other end of the room. Probably wouldn't have reached her anyway. Okay, let's do this again. And here we are again. Hopefully don't die to stupidity once more. Ow. The central laboratory should be up ahead. Let's hurry along, shall we? After the legatus. And still they come. Press on, Serenia. I'll handle this. Okay. I've exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. So, one ballable. Last time you were a 4-man boss.
Can you withstand this? Savage. Can you withstand this? In the name of the Emperor! Savages. Can you withstand this? There is nowhere to run! Can you withstand this? In the name of the Emperor! Savages. Can you withstand this? In the name of the Emperor!
Weapons inhibit just exist for a reason, but I will lose not to you again.
Enough!
Magitech enhances his blade tenfold. You cannot hope to win, he says. Okay. I'd say I survived that though. Serenia! The tomb lid is unbreached then. Trial? My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. What madness afflicts you, Iosian fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icon and their destructive appetites. Why do you wail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be a kindling waiting for a spark. Forget not the right raven, Legatus. Like thee he presumed to wield the power of Alak, and invited the calamity in doing so. This star's fate is too important to be decided by one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Have care, boy, you speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Well, I appear not to be dead. Ow! Trial. I may have cracked a whip or two, but I'll be fine, honest. Our foes gave no quarter. Had Ununkel stinted in his defenses of thee, thou mayst be certain thy hurts would be far worse. I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. The secrets of Alak are safe for the present, for it is doubtful the Legatus will return to Galmant till the prize he coveted alive in his grasp. But we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the tomb lid. Unukalai? I appreciate you staying at my side. Thank you. Does not. Oh please, what is a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a moment thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You are welcome. Urianger, are the new wards already in place? My colleagues here toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft, he who invited an imperial legatus into his facilities, in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of a warrior of light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events? The plan may have been my master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into the trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of a plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Trial was ignorant. Whence did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there's the matter of mine unwavered wards. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft does the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened path. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Serenia and Mistress Triad, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alak as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality on which thou pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Now that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone, shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy action precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Serenia. Urianger is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that you forgive Nukalai his transgression and keep mention of it from Mistress Trial. It would be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it has a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Ishtala realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Never mind, O warring Triad. I have awoken Archon Ishtala's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once and there atone for mine indolence. Cry laughed as well. Come, Serenia, it is time we return to the Rising Stones. Once again I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Urianger suggested, I possess the gift of the Echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-safe purpose, the salvation of this star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I'm about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Aura Sight to contain the power of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapon's fatal imperfection. Its propensity to bleed primal energies, and with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable in their hunger for ether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urianger so astutely observed, when I'm faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master too cares deeply about the fate of his star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. Okay, but I think I end this episode here, and yeah, I think next time we continue right here, right? I mean, we still have two trials here to unlock. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.